It was the man's first time flying, and he looked visibly nervous. The flight attendant assumed he was afraid of heights and handed him 2 bottles of vodka to help calm his nerves. He slipped one of the bottles into his pocket, having no idea that it would one day save his life. Soon after, the plane hit severe turbulence and began to shake violently. Oxygen masks dropped from the ceiling and the passengers scrambled to put them on. But the plane couldn't withstand the turbulence, it broke apart in midair. When the man regained consciousness, he found himself lying in a forest. Panicking, he ran out in search of help, only to realize he was stranded on a deserted island. Suddenly, he heard someone shouting nearby. He followed the voice and came across the wreckage of the plane. There were other survivors. One of them, Jack, had been injured during the crash. He needed to stitch up a wound on his side, but because of its location, he couldn't reach it himself. As he struggled to figure out what to do, a woman appeared and walked toward him. Jack asked for her help, and the kind woman agreed. That moment marked the beginning of their partnership. Later that night, Jack guessed that the cockpit might have crashed somewhere nearby. If they could find it, there might be an emergency beacon inside they could use to call for rescue. Kelly, the woman, remembered seeing thick smoke rising from a valley earlier in the day. That was probably where the cockpit had gone down. Just then, a terrifying roar echoed from the distance. Everyone froze. It sounded like some huge creature was lurking in the forest. Fortunately, it didn't come any closer. Still, desperate to get off the island, Jack decided to venture into the forest the next morning with his teammates to search for the cockpit. After a long trek, they finally spotted the remains of the flight deck. Jack climbed inside and began searching for the emergency beacon. Suddenly, the pilot jolted awake, startling them all. Jack quickly checked on him and was relieved to find he wasn't seriously hurt. The pilot explained that, according to the flight data, they were at least several thousand kilometers from the nearest land. Rescue teams wouldn't be able to pinpoint their location. Just as despair was setting in, they heard a terrifying growl outside. A massive dark figure moved past the wreckage. The pilot tried to get a better look through the cockpit window, but in an instant he was yanked outside by some unknown creature.